I suppose one issue that I kind of saw at the start of the party, you had to make kind of quite a clear declaration that it wasn't an anti-immigration party or anything like that. I think in recent weeks, kind of the last few months, we've seen that kind of discourse seem to crop up in Irish politics more, around the direct provision centres being firebombed and stuff like that. Has that been a challenge to kind of make sure that, I suppose the party isn't, I suppose not taken over is the wrong word, but, kind of those views aren't allowed to, latch on to a new party which has somewhat of more of a blank canvas just starting off, to kind of make sure those views are kind of rebuffed?
Well, first of all, we are a pro-life party, but that doesn't finish when someone's born. It continues through education. It continues with regards to provision of housing, with regards to provision of healthcare, and it also continues with regards to provision of a shelter for those in need of refuge from other countries, and we've made no bones about it.
Yeah.
Now, there's no doubt that there is a growing unease and concern amongst many people in Ireland around the issue of emigration. There's no doubt that all of the political parties are running away from it. I would ask them as a topic, and I would tell them, stop running away from it. If you don't address this issue in a reasonable, respectful manner, you're going to suppress it, push it underground, and you're going to push it towards people who are far less respectful and responsible around these issues. Our view is very simple. There needs to be sustainable levels of immigration in this country. It needs to be managed. Yeah. There needs to be some link between the capacity of the country and the numbers of people coming in. If there's not, there's going to be hardship for Indigenous and newcomers alike. But we're very clear. If a person is coming from a war or from a famine or from violence and seeks refuge in this country, according to European and UN law, we should provide that.
Yeah. But I suppose, even those comments there, I mean, is that, immigration into Ireland is relative compared to, say, Germany or the UK, is relatively kind of very low. Is it being kind of conflated with a kind of a wider fear or unease compared to the actual numbers of people?
I wouldn't second guess or question the people who are asking these issues. Now, I'm saying that there's probably a chunk of people out there in the political extreme who see this as a political opportunity. Yeah. But what I would say to this is, let's have a real and honest debate around it. Let's actually come to some kind of democratic decision about what's the right thing to do in this area. Let's try to, pull as many people in to support that agreed political spectrum. There is a worry out there. Last year there was about 90,000 people came into the country, and about 25,000 of those were returning Irish. But there were 18,000 houses built last year. Yeah. And many people, especially from working class areas, may feel that they're competing for those scarce resources with newcomers into the country. Now, our view would be the reason those resources are scarce is because Leo Varadkar and Fine Gael have actually withdrawn from their investment into housing and infrastructure over the last period of time. If there's someone to blame, it's Leo's policies that is to blame. But for us, we need to make sure that we have a sustainable, managed immigration policy that matches capacity and numbers.
Yeah, that's great.